Hi, I'm Anja Niemi and I'm here to talk about my show In Character at fotogra-fiska. The exhibition is called In Character and it's my first retrospective. It shows 6 series that I've been doing for the last 9 years. The core of it is that I'm a storyteller. I make up stories, I make up characters, and from the very beginning I inserted myself as that character because I like to be alone. I like to work alone. That's when I'm most comfortable. So it was very natural for me to just play the character myself. So my whole process is just me, and it usually starts with a character or a story, and I start to build the story, collecting costumes and finding locations and props. And once I sort of have that formed, I take it out to my found location, and then I get to sort of act out my own ideas. In addition to being a storyteller, I'm a collector for sure. I love old things that you can see clearly have belonged to someone and that tell a story. I find objects to be sort of instant character triggers. The Woman Who Never Existed, it was photographed or completed in 2017, so it was not my latest, but the one before that. But I was reading this article about an Italian actress who worked the international theater stage in the 1920s and 30s. And she rarely did interviews, and it says in this article that she had once sort of told a very pushy journalist that away from the stage I do not exist. And the words just kind of jumped off the page, and immediately I saw this character and her universe, and it was just like 20s Italian frescoes and this person who kind of just starts to dissolve or fade away when no one is looking at her. And I mean, this sentence was, almost 100 years old, but I just felt so relevant to the way that we live our lives today. She Could Have Been a Cowboy is my latest series. So it's not really about wanting to be a cowboy per se, it's about wanting to be another. So leading up to it, I mean, obviously, so I got this idea, I want her to be a cowboy, this is her dream, but she is in reality stuck in this house, in this dress, in this circle, and so there is a sequence series there where you just see her routine repeated over and over, and this is the place where she's stuck. And everything else is just her imagination, and everything is sort of reference to what she could have seen. She's never been to the Wild West. This is just her dream. So everything is just taken from movies or images, magazines. And so I wanted really sort of classic Western movie scenery because she would have had to have seen it somewhere. So in order to get those images, I had to sort of go on that trip that she dreams of, which meant that I took a road trip through Utah, Arizona, Colorado for a little over 2 weeks, just with me in my cowboy costume. After having made that, coming home and looking back at that, I think that my cowboy character really gave me a lot of strength, and I keep sort of every time I get nervous about something, I keep looking back like, listen, I've driven alone through Utah, I can do this. So this year I've done so many things that I normally would have been like, no, I can't do that. And I think a lot of the time my characters do give me something. So for every character I make, it sort of like adds something. It's me, and then they're very separate from me, but I think that they sort of fulfill me in a way.